Rock Creek Park is a huge urban national park. It was established in 1890 by Congress, and it is so big that it is actually about twice as big as Central Park in New York City. So world travelers have probably visited New York City and gone to Central Park, and if you've ever gone there, you know that it is absolutely huge. You can't see everything in a single day. You really need to pick what you want to see, and Rock Creek Park is twice as big.
Yeah, so it was established in 1890 as America's third national park, and the geography, people might think of like Central Park, but it's much bigger, and its shape, it's very narrow at the southern end where it begins in Georgetown at the Potomac, and then as it goes north, it gets wider and wider. It includes things like the National Zoo. There's some great hiking and biking trails that start from Georgetown. The hiking and biking trail actually goes all the way up to Broad Branch Road. And north of that, the Park Service closes Beach Drive north of that to cars on weekends, and it's very, very popular for biking and walking and jogging on the street. There are a couple things worth seeing, I would say, that are a little bit farther, like midway through the park and toward the northern end, where it gets wider and more secluded. There's Pierce Mill, which is one of the original operating mills on Rock Creek. If you imagine in the 19th century, they didn't have electric power, so if you grew wheat or corn, you wanted to grind it down, you had to do it, near a water source that could then turn a wheel and then, grind your crops. So there are a lot of historic mills along Rock Creek, including Pierce Mill, which is open to the public on weekends, and you can look at the actual millstone and see how the mill worked. It's free. Just north of that is Pulpit Rock, which is along a hiking trail that Teddy Roosevelt used to hike during his presidency. Just north of that is on where Beach Drive crosses over Rock Creek. It does it several times. There's something called the Boulder Bridge. It's a really unusual bridge. It's made of these really huge boulders, and it was a design mistake. The architect said it should be built of man-sized boulders. What he meant was boulders small enough that a man could carry. The builder misinterpreted that as boulders the size of a man. So it's a bit of an odd-looking bridge. I haven't seen many like it. That's up there.
Hey, thanks for listening to this podcast highlight. This is just a small piece of the entire episode, so if you want to hear the whole thing, you can search for Trip Hacks DC in your favorite podcast app, or head on over to triphacksdc.com/podcast. If you like getting these clips, make sure to subscribe to this channel by clicking or tapping on the Trip Hacks DC logo, which is popping up right now at the bottom of the screen. If you want to watch another clip, go ahead and click or tap up here. Or, for Washington, D.C. tips and hacks videos from the main channel, go ahead and click or tap right down here. Enjoy your trip!